Hi there everyone, it's Ingrid Owens here from camerashyclasses.com and also beginnersphotographyblog.com, and I just wanted to take a little minute to talk to you today about my new online classes and really give you some tips that'll give you a little insight to what I teach in my online class. So for those of you who don't know me, I have been involved in the photographic industry for actually 21 years, and I like to say that I started young because I did. I was 15 when my dad opened his store, and I started working in there, and we used to sell, and we still do sell, all sorts of cameras and photographic equipment, and process 35mm film, we process digital film, we do large canvas prints and all sorts of enlargements, and all sorts of anything photographic we did it. You name it, we would try and find a way to do it if we couldn't do it ourselves. And that shop is still in operation in Monaghan in Ireland. It's called Diamond Imaging. Check it out if over there. And anyway, that's how I got my background in photography, because I've always been involved in that business, and selling cameras and helping people with their photography and making their pictures better is what I've always known and always did. So in taking my business online with camerashyclasses.com, I'm able to share this knowledge with you and help you really get the most out of your camera. Most of my students that I teach currently offline here in Atlanta come to me with the same queries all the time. They generally all have digital SLRs, and they pretty much have them set to the automatic mode. They just shoot in pretty much the green auto setting, and they're really disappointed with the photos that they get. They feel that most of the time they're okay, like they're just a snapshot type photo, but they really know that they're only using about 20–40% of the camera's functionality. So what I thought I'd do for you today is give you a little insight into what goes on and some of the modes that you have on your camera, and just give you the terminology so that you'll be able to go ahead and start experiment with them. And if you find that it's something that you want to develop further, you can check out my course online. So let's have a look at the camera mode dial. This is a Canon camera, and this is one of my cameras that I've had for a very long time, but it still serves me very well. And the mode dial on most of Canon cameras are fairly similar. Nikon are a little bit different, but the same sort of rules apply, and I'll explain a little on the Nikon too. So let's firstly have a look at the mode dial here. Whoops, there we go. So if you can see that in the camera there, most people have their camera set to this setting here, which is the green auto setting, and that will just leave it set so that your camera is going to take you back to the middle ground. So if it needs flash, it will put on flash. If it, it'll use the autofocus. You'll just get a very average middle of the road shot when you're doing that. Down here is some of the more, they're a little bit more automatic modes too, but they're a little bit more designed for the type of shot that you're doing. So for example, on this camera model, I have a portrait mode, I have a landscape mode, I have a macro mode for taking close-up shots, I have a sports mode for doing fast shots, fast moving objects or sports, or anything that's going quicker than you can keep up with. You have a flash off mode, and then the other one is the ADET mode, which a lot of times I never even use. But what I really want to do, and what my goal for 2011 is to try and get everybody off of these modes here and start using your camera manually. Now, the first place that you can do that is by even just switching to the P, or the program auto mode. This is already going to open up a world of options to you that you don't have when you're in the green auto mode. So you can start experimenting with that, and your camera is still going to set most of the settings for you automatically. So you have a little bit more control. Like, you can change things like ISO and white balance, but you won't be able to change other settings like your shutter speed and aperture. Moving around from P, you have TV, and TV controls the shutter speed, or rather you control the shutter speed. So TV is all about time. and shutter speed. So in TV mode, your shutter speed is set by you, the user, and the camera sets the other side of the equation, which is the aperture. So if you want to uniquely control the shutter speed, like if you want to capture fast moving things or have a slow shutter speed, TV is the setting that you're going to be in. AV is the other side of the equation. That's the aperture priority mode. And aperture priority, you're going to control the aperture and the camera is going to set the shutter speed. So in each of those situations, the camera is still doing half of the work for you. So you're kind of handheld in your manual mode. You're not fully manual, but you're not fully automatic either. And then when you go to your M mode, that's your full manual mode. And full manual, you set both the shutter speed and the aperture and all the other settings as well. So just going through those again, P is program auto, not for professional, which a lot of people think it is. It just means that it's in program auto, a bit like the green auto, but you can change some of the settings that the camera won't let you do in green auto. TV is your shutter priority mode, or on Nikon cameras, it's seen as an S for shutter priority. You're controlling the shutter speed, the camera controls the aperture. AV is aperture priority. You're controlling the aperture and the camera controls the shutter speed. On Nikon cameras, it's an A. And M is for full manual. And so you're controlling both. And then for the other modes that you have down here, these are more automatic modes, and you can play with those, check them out in your manual, but you're not going to get as full, you're not getting any manual control and that, but check them out in your camera manual and they will tell you what they do. So that's just a little insight to the mode dial that a lot of people ask me about. And really the terminology for each one of those we can go very in depth to. And I do get very in depth into each one of those modes and each one of those settings in my online course, Getting to Grips with Your Digital SLR. So if it's something that you think you'd like to learn a little bit more about, please check it out at www.camerashyclasses.com. You'll have to register for the class and then sign up, and it's a 5-week self-directed course, which I know I have tried and tested on students over the last few years, and it's been very successful and very popular. And so I have no doubt that once you finish it, you will be really confident in using your camera to the max. I hope this has been of interest to you, and if you have enjoyed it, please leave me a comment below and check out my camerashyclasses.com, and feel free to email me if you have any specific questions at ingrid@camerashy.info. Thanks for listening. Bye.